Hey, what's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode I've got another really cool review for you guys, and I've actually been spoiled by Dragonhawk. This came into my mail the other day. It's 3 boxes of 3 really cool machines and other tattoo equipment that we're going to be reviewing in the past couple of days. As you can hear, my voice is a little raspy. I had a serious condition of the man flu last week, so my voice is still a little weird. But yeah, I just need to bring this video out today. In this video, we're going to talk about this machine. In this box right here is the Dragonhawk Fold 3. It's another adjustable kind of machine, and it's the newest adjustable stroke machine that Dragonhawk recently put out. So we're going to open the box and see what it looks like on the inside. So right here, a couple of things have actually changed on the Fold 3 if you are looking inside the box when you compare them to the Fold Pro. You got your charger cable in the little box here, and let's open it up. It actually has 2 charger cables. There's one more in the box and one in my hand right here. They were both in there. You got your machine and you got a spare battery. That is something that is a very big pro, that you have 2 batteries, because I remember on the Fold Pro I was complaining a little bit about the battery power or the battery life. Now this one has a battery on top and an extra one. Now what you don't have, and that's I think because you have 2 batteries, is that you don't have the RCA connector anymore, so you cannot use it wired if you want to. It's wireless only, which is perfectly fine because we have 2 batteries. You can charge one while the other one is running in your machine. If you run out of battery, you just change them. Now another really cool thing, because I've looked over this machine a little bit and it looks really nice. Let's quickly go over the specs just a little bit. It has a 4.2 millimeter stroke, adjustable all the way down to 2.4. Now this thing, it is probably one of the best adjustments that I have felt on a machine. And I don't mean it by the length, but the way this adjusts. It clicks, boom, and you can feel it's into place. It's not going anywhere, but it's also not like super hard to move this around. Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of forgot that they always check the alarms here on the first Monday of the month. So where was I? This is just really sturdy. Grip adjustments, also very smooth, and it doesn't really move the stroke adjustments when you move the grip around, because it's just solid into the place. Now another really cool thing, or something that I think is a lot better on this machine, is instead of having the magnetic battery connection, it's screwed. So you can just screw it on and screw it off, and you got these huge connectors right here, so you have a better connection. I feel like, especially because parts can be vibrating, you're moving around with your hand, that a magnetic battery is probably not the best connection you want to have in your tattoo. This is screwed on, it's locked into place and not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, I think that's probably better than having the magnetic that they had on the Fold Pro. Now what I am planning to do is make a video to compare the Fold 3 to the Fold Pro and see if the Pro is better or the Fold 3 is better, or whichever one is nicer to work with. So that will be coming up in the next week, so make sure, if you don't want to miss that out, to subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna do the comparison video probably a week from now. Now another really cool new feature is right here. They also moved the buttons to the top. I think on the Pro they are on the side. Here they're on the top. You got the O, the M, the plus and the minus. Of course this is your power on button, and it will turn it right on. Now you can see Here's your timer, your battery life. Here it says the voltage, and you can see a little S in the screen right there. It's at 6.0 volts, and that's actually my shading session, my shading setting. You got the letter M right here. If you press it, it'll change the lining. So I have it at 9.0 for lining at the moment. And of course, with the plus and the minus, you can adjust these. So it's really cool that you have two memory slots for your voltage. So you can, when you run it, it's actually running right now at 9 volts. So hear that. You can barely hear it at 9 volts. Let's increase it all the way to the max. This is 12 volts. You can barely hear a thing, even if I put it on the table like this or sideways. You can barely hear the vibration. It's not bouncing around on the table. It's very comfortable. It's not a heavy vibration or a heavy sound that it's making. It's actually really quiet. Now I set this to 9. Now if you press the mode, now it's at the shading, it's at 6 volts, which I think is a pretty cool feature. Have it at 6 volts and you can just change over. So for example, if you do a lot of black and gray work where you have to do a couple of lines and then do some more like shading, and you have like two memory settings for your voltage, because maybe your 5 round line or your 3 round liner you want to run at a different speed than your Magnum, or your smaller Magnum you want to have at a different speed from your larger Magnum. It's very easy to change that over. You can just click the needle and then press one button and it will be locked into place for where you had your voltage. So I think that's something really cool. Now I wish what they actually changed is the numbers on the stroke adjustment. If they would actually bring this up a little bit. I've said it on the Fold Pro as well. I hope they're gonna go a little bit further beyond the 4.2 millimeter stroke. But I do have to say, on my Fold Pro, I rarely use it at 4.2. I don't know why. Maybe it's different on this machine, but on my Fold Pro, I feel like the 4.2 is a little bit too hard sometimes, and then the 3.9 is actually really nice. Like the 4.2 is like a weird in-between kind of number. I used a different machine with a 4.5 millimeter stroke, an adjustable kind of machine, and that feels way more natural than the 4.2 on this machine. It's kind of strange. I cannot really explain it, and I don't know if there is any explanation for it. It's just something I feel when I am tattooing with a with a 4.2 millimeter stroke. So usually I rather use it at a 3.9 or 3.6. That's where I use it for lining. 3.9 is usually for some larger groupings, and then 3.6 is usually anything underneath the 7 round liner. So if I use a 5 or a 3, something like that. Or if I'm gonna do shading, I usually use it between the 3 and the 3.6. 3.6 probably where I'm doing more like bolder kind of shading. 3.3 really soft, or 3.0 really soft shading. I do go to the 4.2 sometimes if I have to do color packing, but then I also feel very comfortable at the 3.9 to do that. And yeah, I always like to use a really low frequency, so I use a very low voltage and a very slow running machine to do my shading and color packing, because that just works better for me. So I like to use a little bit of a larger stroke most of the time. Now the overall appearance of this machine is actually pretty cool. What I never really understand with Dragonhawk machines is why they put their name on the grip. I think it's like such a small thing, but it makes the machine look, it gives the machine a very cheap look. If they would have just put that logo over here on the battery, I think it would look way better. But then again, this is going to be covered in grip tape anyway, so you don't really see it. But yeah, overall I think it looks really nice. It looks cool with the silver and with the black, and then the silver in the battery as well. And a really cool feature that you can just change your lining and shading mode with one click on the button. Now, I haven't really used this for a very long period of time. I got this in the mail when I was sick at home actually, so I didn't really have the time to use it. I'm also not gonna use this one on practice skin for this video just yet, because I want to wait with doing that when I have the Fold Pro at my house as well, and we can make a nice comparison video from the Fold 3 and the Fold Pro. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna bring this one to work the coming up week actually, and I got a couple of cool appointments where I'm probably gonna use this machine to test it out, and those videos will probably be posted as a time-lapse video on my channel as well. So make sure you do subscribe and check my videos, because I always use machines that I review in my videos, because I enjoy working with them, and it's also to show you how they actually work on real skin. So let's quickly go back up top and we'll talk about this machine a little bit more. So yes, the Dragonhawk Fold 3. Actually, you know, because I haven't really used it that much, I am just trying to think what is the difference between this machine and the Fold Pro, because they are so similar. The only difference I can find is that display that's over here, and that it has the button to toggle between your lining and shading modes. So yeah, the stroke adjustments are the same. So yeah, really I am not sure what the difference is between this and the Fold Pro, other than the display, the button, and probably the price tag, because I think the Fold Pro is actually more expensive than this machine right here. But we're gonna find this out together in next week's video, because we are gonna compare both of them to each other and see if there's actually a difference in the way they tattoo, or the way they feel. I do think this is gonna be a very nice machine to work with, because the Dragonhawk Fold Pro, also like the way it feels in your hand, the way it runs, it's very comfortable. They're very light and very easy to work with. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is gonna be a very, well, or let's say, I won't be surprised if this is going to be one of my favorite machines to use, besides some of my other machines, and also some of the more high-end machines that I have. So yeah, make sure you keep a lookout on my channel, because I am going to use this machine a lot more, and keep a lookout for the video where we're going to be comparing this one to the Fold Pro. I hope I didn't miss out anything on this machine in the video, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video.